Hi, my name is Jessie and I'm 20 years old.
Drones are more formally known as an unmanned aerial vehicle, essentially a flying robot. To you, what is a drone?
I agree with that definition. I see drones as something that are small and they take pictures and videos of things.
Have you ever owned a drone or used one before? Why or why not?
No, I have not owned a drone or used one before because I don't need to.
What do you think the proper use of a drone should be?
I think a drone should be used for things in a professional manner, such as for businesses if they need to oversee what's going on, or they could be used in sports to see what's going on the field and for film so that the athletes can see what's going on during their practices. They can be used in the military and things like that.
So, not really personal use?
Right.
Okay. How do you think this technology has changed our society?
I think this technology has changed our society because I think we are advancing farther than our rules and laws are. Like, technology is going too far, and people can use things like drones in a negative way and to impact other people's lives in a negative way.
So, do you feel like they should be allowed for everyday use?
No, I don't, because I think people would take advantage of this and use it for things like invading people's personal lives and doing things like that. I think that if people that can purchase them should have to prove like what they're purchasing it for.
Like the reasoning behind it?
Right.
Okay. How do you feel that they can be flown anywhere to get footage and photos?
That kind of freaks me out a little bit. I feel like people could be watching me at any time, and that can be used for crime and stuff like that, like surveillance of people's houses.
Like without permission?
Yeah, without permission, so they could like rob them.
Kind of know their living pattern?
Yeah.
Okay. Sometimes drones are used for negative reasons, like you just listed. What do you believe some positive uses of a drone could be?
Like I said before, I think some positive things drones could be used for things like sports, so that the athletes can watch film and they can kind of see like what's going on the entire field instead of just having someone film from the sidelines.
Mm-hmm.
Or things like businesses, if they need to oversee what's going on there, or if they just want to film like for marketing uses. I also think things like the military and stuff like that, so we can keep our soldiers safe.
Do you think drones must be registered, or should the owner have the freedom to do what they wish? Why?
I think that drones should have to be registered. I feel like it's in a way a kind of a weapon that you can use against someone. Like, you can blackmail people if you have footage of them doing something that they shouldn't be doing and they didn't know that you were filming them.
Yeah.
Or just like something embarrassing too.
Sometimes drones have even led to fatality. Because of this, do you believe they should be considered a weapon and need a license to own one? Or should it just be considered a recreational device?
I think it should be considered a weapon, and people need a license to own one, and they have to register their name to it, and they have to state the reason why they need one and what they're using it for. I think if it became a recreational device, that it would be taken advantage of a lot, and people would do negative things with it.
So, like, since it is technology and, like, technologies are prone to, like, having issues and bugs, do you think people should have to take classes on, like, the proper use of them and, like, how to take care of something if something was to go wrong? Just kind of, like, to get prepared.
Like gun classes?
Yeah. Or, like, driver's ed.
Yeah, like, if it were to, like, take over itself, I mean.
Or even just, like, start malfunctioning.
Yeah, I think a class would be good just so no one gets hurt.
Just prepared.
Yeah, prepare people and teach them ways to prevent that from happening and what to do if it does happen.
Mm-hmm. So recently the Army has started using them to help in combat. Do you think this is a good use of this technology? Why or why not?
I think that is a good use of the technology. I think it's a good way to keep people safe and kind of have a way to see what's going on without actually having to put a person out there.
Mm-hmm.
And that saves lives.
So since they are technology, they have the capability to be hacked and taken over. And since they are used for the military and this could happen, do you think it's smart to continue using them even if the opposer can take them over and use them against us?
I think that we already use a lot of technology and that can be hacked. So I feel like if it's not, like, obviously it's not going to hurt anyone.
Mm-hmm.
And if someone were to hack into it and take it over, obviously we know that they can see what's going on when it's flying over, so we'll know when they can see. So
yeah. Okay. So since drones can fly around openly, our skies are no longer clear and they obstruct from nature. How do you feel about this?
I think that since they can openly fly around, that this can interfere with things like the birds flying around and things that live high up in the trees. It can affect their living situation and their lives as well.
Mm-hmm.
If a drone were to crash into a tree, or obviously birds don't know what that is when it's flying around, so that could hurt them as well.
So you're more concerned, like, of the safety of nature rather than, like, the look of it?
Yes.
Okay. Should there be a restricted time frame for, like, drone use, like, especially in residential areas? Like, if it's in your neighborhood, do you think it should be able to fly in certain times?
I think that they could be a good method of, like, surveillance. Like, I know on my college campus they have, like, on some corners they have, like, police cameras and they're stationary. So they can't see everything, but I feel like if the police had drones flying around campus, they would be able to see what was going on in different places rather than just, like, a couple police cameras around.
So, like, professional use would be okay, but, like, residentially, how do you feel?
No.
Like, if your neighbor just had it out, like...
No, I mean, no. I wouldn't want my neighbor to have one of those.
But, like, restricted-wise, like, could it be all day? Or do you think it should be a certain time of day?
I think it should be never.